Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. It is exactly 8:34 a.m. This is News and Views on Salam Media, your humanitarian station. It's all about humanitarian journalism. Next on the show, we're going to be talking to lawyer Austin Dube about the issue around immigrants being fed up with being attacked and very especially xenophobic attacks. Austin Dube, a very good morning to you. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
I'm very good indeed, and you?
I'm good, ma'am.
Lovely talking to you this morning, and we are looking at a very, very serious matter. We do know that it seems to be gaining traction, and I seem to think that this all started up once again a couple of weeks ago, 2, 3 months ago, when a particular politician visited a mall and started chatting and trying to find out and finger immigrants working at restaurants and coffee shops. And that just seems to have lit a spark as far as the issue around immigrants and immigrants supposedly stealing local people's jobs are concerned. So, what is the situation on the ground? We also know that Operation Dudula is gaining traction as well, despite the leader of Operation Dudula on this very radio show who promised that they will never, never encourage xenophobic attacks on immigrants. So, where do we stand on this matter?
To be honest, ma'am, especially the politicians, what they did, I think according to the Constitution of South Africa, every human being here in this country has a right to demonstrate, to march, to an extent that they've got the right, a freedom of speech. They've got the right to say whatever they say. But the majority of them, they don't care whatever they are saying that it's affecting the next person, of which that next person is also a human being. Yes, they are legally and illegally foreigners in this country. But that does not give any other human being to attack, to insult, to kill, or to instigate the violence. I don't, honestly, with you, I don't trust the politicians because that's how they get paid. That's how they get their members. The way how they do things, honestly, they are telling the South Africans exactly what the South African want to hear. You cannot use the people, the lives people, by saying the foreigners are taking their jobs, the foreigners are taking their girlfriends, the foreigners are doing everything. I agree, some of the things are true. But that one that we are taking their girlfriends, that one that we are taking their jobs, I don't agree with that. Because taking somebody's job, taking somebody's girlfriend or wife is something which needs a dialogue. Because those things, you mean being a foreigner in this country, say that you get employed, you don't employ yourself, unless only those who are self-employed. That means they are creating jobs for themselves.
Okay, on the part of local jobless people, one of the allegations they make is that foreign nationals, very especially the illegal immigrants in the country, offer
Yes.
very cheap labor as compared to their South African counterparts. And because of that, they believe they are losing their jobs, that they are not being gainfully employed. And for that reason, they are obviously taking to the streets and demanding that foreigners leave the country and not, in inverted commas, not steal their jobs. And there is some truth in that issue, is it not? Because illegal immigrants are being exploited in that way. They are very definitely cheap labor.
Let me put it this way: 60% of what they are saying is true. Yes, it's special illegal, not illegal. Illegal foreign nationals, yes, they are doing a cheap labor. They are paid slow or small wages. I agree with them fully. But those who are legal, while they are foreigners, legally got documents, they are getting the salaries which the South Africans are getting. And there is a problem of those who are doing a cheap labor because some of the employees, the employers, in fact, they are employing these people knowing very well that they don't have legal documents so that they can exploit them. I agree with them on that note. But there are some legal foreign nationals who doesn't take low wages.
So where do we stand on this matter? There's the issue of legal immigrants who are being paid exactly what their counterparts are being paid. They are gainfully employed. Um, are they then a threat to locals who could have been in those jobs? And then on the other hand, we have illegal immigrants who, because of the fear of being repatriated if they are found out, they allow themselves to be exploited in the job market for minimum wages. And by so doing, locals that could have been in those jobs are losing out. So that's where we're sitting, uh, that's where we're sitting at with this issue. When, how do we separate the issues? How do we move forward? And how can common sense prevail?
I'll put it in two different scenarios. For example, those who are working without documents, let the law enforcement agencies do their job. Let the labor department be involved. Let the immigration officers to be involved. And if you don't have a legal document in any country, I agree with them. Let those people be deported back to their countries. If they wish to come back to South Africa. Let them come in a legal way with the right documents. But let's give the law enforcement agencies chance to do their job. All of them. On the side of people who are self-employed, e.g., those who are selling, the workers who are selling on the street, it depends whether you got papers or not. But honestly with you, those people are not taking anybody's job. He creates his or her own job. And they are including those who don't have legal documents. I'm saying again, let them go back to their country, fix their documents if they can. And if we are selling on the street, we are asking the government of this country, let's give them a chance. Let's involve ourselves. Let's engage each and every department. For example, if you're selling on the street, let those people be allowed by giving them the license to sell on the street. Maybe they can pay something monthly on the department, especially on those who are doing bylaws, so that we can contribute in this country, in the economy of this country.
And that is
xenophobia.
carry on. Carry on.
But the question is, if it's not xenophobia, what is it? Because it seems that they're just playing with words here. Xenophobia doesn't have any words. And I do agree that in this country, in this world, no one, I mean no one, has the right to kill anybody, to abuse anybody.
Okay, so to move forward, this is clearly a government issue. In terms of illegal immigrants who are trading in the country and not paying taxes, that adds a burden to the different state structures. Um, uh, education, health services, housing, etc. But you are saying that legal immigrants that are employed are paying taxes and are contributing meaningfully to the economy. What's the way forward? Obviously, the buck stops with government to try and beef up security at border posts, because we know that is where and how the illegals are coming in. And of course, to stamp out corruption at those areas, because the officials there take a bribe and let the immigrants then come through without papers. So, this is really an issue with the different government departments.
Yes, ma'am. You know, in on the part of corruption, it's a two-way traffic. Let the corruptor and the corruptee be arrested, because honestly, it's a project to me. You pay them, they take it. You don't pay them, they arrest you. So it is a project. And on the side of the government, it's not only the government side or government situation. Let the government involve or engage the people on the ground. Because you know, when there is a situation like this, that's where you see the people from the government coming back to the community. Why don't they engage the community while it's quiet? They only involve themselves only if there is death. And the other thing, all these African countries, most of them, to each and every country, they've got embassies, ambassadors. My question, what are they doing? What is their job if they don't care about their people who are in this country, whether legally or illegally? What is their contribution? I do understand that these politicians, they work or they behave like the people who are owning mortuaries. For example, if you own a mortuary, if people don't die, that means your family will go hungry. So your business must go on only if when people are dying. That's how the politicians behave. So my worry is that the people on the ground, the people, most of them who doesn't know their rights, they are the ones who are suffering. And remember,
Okay.
Africa is not a standalone country.
Mm. All
What
right.
is the
Finally, you are a lawyer. Are you representing legal immigrants in your official capacity?
sorry?
You are a lawyer. Are you
Yes.
representing immigrants in your capacity as a lawyer?
Not exactly. Honestly, not exactly. It's just a worry. You remember that, in fact, let me put it this way, the time when I got myself involved, they came to my office seeking for a help. And my actually intention was to engage both the illegal foreigners, legal foreigners, and the citizens, the South Africans. My
Mm.
intention was to mediate between those people so that we can come up with a solution. I even told them that let's forget about these politicians, let's forget about the high offices. Let us on the ground engage each other, come up with a solution. If you say illegal foreigners are selling, are taking your spaces, taking their jobs, how can we come up with a solution without involving the people on high offices, especially the politicians? You know what happens? Sometimes you tell people what they want. If you tell them what they don't want to hear, trust me, they won't listen. And that one, I'm not blaming anybody. But part of it, I blame their leadership. I mean the Dudulas. If you are a leader, you come to a meeting, you engage some other stakeholders, definitely sure you cannot come with a solution or a decision without the concern, without the solution of those people who are involved. So to solve this problem on my own side, let us engage all the people who are having the problem on the ground, not interfering with the law enforcement agencies. Let those people do their jobs.
Okay, that is where we'll have to leave it. Austin Dube, a lawyer talking on behalf of immigrants, and he's saying that they are fed up with the attack and xenophobia must and should stop. Thank you indeed for your time. It is exactly 8:50. This is News and Views on Salam Media.
Shimmer, sparkle, captivate. Nothing less